Okay, why the 914? Back in the late 60s, early 70s, I was racing Bug Eye Sprites, and then I graduated to MGBs, and then TR4s. When I saw the 914, I looked at it and I go, my God, this is a Cadillac compared to what I'm driving. And the first time that I actually drove one, I'm going, why in the hell did Porsche make an ass dragger when this thing will outdo it so bad it's not funny? And my introduction to the 914 was through a 914-6 race team, which the driver was Bill Cuddy. And after looking it all up, I understand Alan Kendall now owns that car, but it's totally different. And the car itself was an ex-Richie Ginther car. And that's what we did. And that was my introduction to 914s and flat sixes and so on and so forth. The shop we had was Edelweiss Porsche House out of Torrance. Adrian and Jim ran the shop. Adrian raced the 911S, and we spent a day in the shop trying to put negative camber into the rear wheels, and I figured any car that was designed where you used a blowtorch and a big long bar to put camber in the tube was obviously something of a mistake, but the 914 wasn't. Now, the first 914 that I owned was about 1973. I bought a four-cylinder 1970 and drove the holy crap out of it. Wound up selling it. Then I had kids, got married, had kids, bought a house, so the 914 experience went away. And then one day I was sitting around going, damn, I need to buy one of those cars. And I picked up another 70. And from that point, I picked up another one, then another one, then another one. As far as anybody wanting to be introduced to the 914, all I can tell you is Porsche should have made that car their flagship instead of the 911. It is probably the best handling car I've ever driven of that time period. Also, it was the first mid-engine production sports car as I remember, which gave it, the 50-50 weight distribution. And being an ex-SCCA racer, that was important. And I just think it's a beautiful car. It's simple. It's great to work on. The people I've met through 914 Club, and you can erase that if you want to, and 914 World, Club NARP, and whatnot have been some of the finest people I've ever run into. We all party, we have a good time, we bash the hell out of each other, but yet we're still friends, and that's what's important. And the community that surrounds the 914 is a group, like I said, of some of the best people I've ever met in my life. Okay, my current car is a 1974 conversion with a 2.7 liter CIS engine in it. I can get in serious trouble with it, no problem at all. It has plenty of power, and I realize that there are other cars that can probably outrun me and whatnot. Not too many of them, but they do. It's really hard to describe what a 914 is. On long trips, I think it's one of the most comfortable cars I've ever driven in. Okay, so it doesn't have air conditioning or whatever, but I've driven it thousands of miles. I can sit in that car for 13 to 14 hours straight through, no problem at all, without a backache or anything, if that's what you want to hear. It's been dead-ass reliable, except for fuel pumps and a couple of other things, which I've attempted to repair in varying parking lots throughout the West. And my favorite feature of it is it vapor locking every time it gets over 100 degrees. So, but that's easily taken care of. And it's just a great little car. What more can you say about it? You can take all the racers you want to, and they don't come close. They have no personality. The 914 has a personality. Uh, yeah, it was shunned by the Porsche Club, POA, and stuff, and I hold a grudge. I will not join the POA, PCA, or any other thing because of that. And they tell me, well, we've changed our minds. I go, I don't really give a damn, you know. I'm staying on the outside with my 914 where it belongs. I don't know if it's a chick magnet, but I can tell you about one time I picked up two girls, put one on the center cushion, and I rubbed something for about 50 miles like this while I was shifting, and I purposely shifted many times. So I can't tell you if it's a chick magnet or not. Of course, being ugly and old like me, even when I was young I was ugly, they didn't want to ride with me, so they must have liked the car. Okay, of the gatherings that I attend, I'm kind of an asshole about that. I do the Red Rocks Classic, and I do the Route 66. For the last 20 years or thereabouts, I don't even remember now, twice a year we do the GNR Swap Meet, otherwise known as the All 914 Rusty Parts Swap Meet and Animal Flesh Roasting Festival. And to me, it's a great time. Tiring, but it's great. I get to see all my friends. I get to see a lot of new people. I will take a shot at the PCA. They tried to sign everybody up, and when I posted the fact that we were going to have these things, I said, be on the lookout for the PCA. They want your money. And that was about it. But you've got a group of people, and this is all really about the people and to the car also. It is the people that makes the 914 experience and the driving of the actual vehicle. I don't think I've ever had anybody complain about the car, but then again, there's those people that must have air conditioning, must have the comfy seats, and float down the road. That's not what this is about. The 914 is all about being in touch with the road, being in touch with the input, and feeling everything that's going on. And that's beauty. You can sit and listen to that 6 engine behind you or the 4 engine behind you wind up and go. I won't say it's orgasmic, but it's pretty close. My sign off is, if you're thinking about a 914, yeah, go ahead and buy one. But the one thing I will tell you, after you buy it, buy the damn manuals and read them before you ask stupid questions on the board. And that's my sign off. This is Ron, otherwise Ron Meyer, otherwise known as Slits, otherwise known as Colonel Caustic, Admiral Abrasive, or Professor 914 if you happen to be George Hussey. Hi, George. And I'm about done for the day. It's been fun. I hope I live a little longer and see more new people.